Hello, 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 and welcome back to another episode of our Sicily is Very Tall campaign, where we are the very tall Sicilians and we are not going to take any territory outside of Sicily for the rest of the game, or at all. We just expanded from Syracuse in the earliest episodes, took Sicily, and then worked on grabbing a bunch of feudatories. This is going to be, we only have about 26 more years left, so we'll have to see how much we get done today. This very well could be our last episode, or I might have one more in store. We'll have to see how today goes. I do just want to do a brief wrap-up of where we are in the world. Carthage has expanded and really been our main adversary in this campaign. Their navy has been much more dominant than mine. We do have 341 ships. They have 364. So when we do eventually fight another war with Carthage, because I'm going to let you know, folks, it's going to happen before the end of this campaign, we are going to be at least a little bit more even as far as the fight on the seas go. Another huge development: in the last episode, we destroyed the Roman Republic. They have been exiled to Dalmatia. And this is very important for a potential other war with Carthage, because Carthage owns a ton of territory in Gaul. Now, in the past, most of the fighting in this area has been done between the Massalians, the Carthaginians, and the Emporians. The Massalians and the Emporians are my feudatories, and the Carthaginians, well, they've struggled to hold back the Massalians and the Emporians, yet it has really been just the Massalians, the Emporians against the Carthaginians. Well, now that the Roman Republic is out of the way and not blocking all of our feudatories on the Italian peninsula, we can push army after army into Carthaginian Gaul, and hopefully we will be able to wrest naval superiority from the Carthaginians. And if that indeed is able to happen, then they won't be able to reinforce Carthage, and eventually we will be able to take Carthage itself. I'm looking to go to Carthage probably in a little over 10 years in game, so I'm giving myself... I will definitely not go to war with Carthage any later than 717. I'm probably looking to do it around 715. Looks like Rome wants a little bit of grain. Excuse me, I have to cough. Sorry about that. Yeah, so it looks like Rome wants some grain. No, we don't mind necessarily starving them out. Instead, I want to see how many ships does Carthage have. You have 406. Alright, so they are undergoing a large naval building project as well. We must keep up. Looks like we have a scandal brewing. Well, you know what? I'm going to say we need a full and fair investigation. That's right, I'm building just a ton of the Liburnians. Leave no stone unturned. I'm going to build a ton of these Liburnians. I see no reason why not. It takes me a little while to build them. They can definitely build up a fleet faster than we can. Let's take a look at what their money situation is. Their money, they have a lot more money than we do. Scandal draws to enclose. Unfortunately, it was merely... Alright, so I guess that was the... I'm glad we saw that investigation out to the end. It seems like everyone was happy with the outcome. We aren't worried necessarily. I don't think I'm going to spend any more money on like building buildings. I'm not necessarily worried about that anymore. We have actually a fort level 2 in Syracuse, a fort level 3 in Messana, although I'm not necessarily worried about Messana anymore. I built up its fortifications just in case when we were fighting with Rome, when Rome was much more of a threat, in case they were able to defeat some of our allies and try to land troops across this strait in Sicily, they would have to go up against a fort level 3 in Messana. That never did happen, thankfully, and we were able to basically hold them on the Italian peninsula and even push them back. As you can tell, they are no longer a factor. Something important that we have to be aware of is that for some reason Egypt has guaranteed Carthage. I don't know why, and I don't love that, but yeah, like, I don't know why the game would have Egypt, which is a very powerful nation, of course, but why would Egypt guarantee Carthage, which is one of the most powerful nations, especially when they, like, share a border? They would probably be fighting a lot. I don't want to go to war with Egypt again, so what my theory is, I'm going to declare war on Carthage's feudatory. Now, that really does mean that I have to win the naval fight, because part of that, I want to declare war on this guy. The Balearic Islands now, or in the game they're called the Balerides. I want to declare war on him, capture all of his territory, and then use, hopefully at this point, my superior navy to keep the Carthaginians from ever retaking the war goal. If I can do that, then I can push them out of Gaul. I can push them, you know, I can maybe even directly challenge Carthage on land itself. They do only have 381 cohorts. That's, of course, a lot, but, I mean, I have all these feudatories. They all have their own manpower reserves. Now, Carthage has a ton of money, of course, which means, well, they are they're gonna fight hard, you know? It looks like they no longer have as many ships as I at one point thought they had 400 ships. We now outnumber them as far as ships go. That's going to be huge. And I'm okay pushing that a little bit higher up. I am perfectly happy to bankrupt my country to build a navy that can outsail the Carthaginians. That is how I want this campaign to end. We wanted to be a major naval power, and honestly, we weren't for a very long time. The Romans had a better navy than us. We find in one of our early wars with Rome, we thought we could defeat them, and instead, the Roman navy defeated us at sea, and it was a real blow to Sicilian pride. It was a real blow to the entire Sicilian League. That is what I'm calling my loose collection of feudatory states all around the Mediterranean, but especially located on the Italian peninsula as well as Sardinia and Corsica. I wish the Aragians would continue and just colonize those last two little countries, but that's probably not going to happen. How's our building project going? Yeah, we're still just building Limboss after Limboss. It definitely doesn't hurt to just overwhelm them with superior numbers sometimes. We also, I think, have a superior heavy line of ships with those 20 megapolyremes, those 20 octiers, all the triers and octiers and hexiers. We've also taken every naval tradition as well as... Ooh, uh-oh. I don't want to lose all that food, but it looks like I'm going to. We've tried to build up our fleet. We've tried to build up our navy. We've tried to make us the dominant power. And I think, hopefully, we're going to do it. We'll trade some stone with Phrygia, that's fine. The Phrygians kind of came to our aid in our... We fought a war against Halicarnassus, that is, which we were not doing so well in. This was not an offensive war. They had declared war on Rhodes. Rhodes is one of our tributaries, and we wanted to defend our tributary. We were able to successfully defend the tributary. Oh, looks like we have another... Alright, so I was correct. I think there are only 20 tech advancements as far as the inventions go, but it looks like you can still keep teching up and you get population capacity and national commerce rate, anything above 20. So it looks like we're actually done with inventions maybe after this 20th. Yeah, so I think we are actually done with inventions. So this is what I got, so I might as well just buy some of those, right? Actually, I'm going to hold off because, no, my treasury needs to go towards just building up because we're probably going to get some mercenaries as well as continuing to build my fleet. We have 390 ships. Let's go ahead and grab some more triers. I got 20 more triers. That's going to give me 50 of them. I'm not messing around. I want to take down the Carthaginians so bad. We already have a war goal on the Balearic Islands. If we were to declare war, Carthage would join. Oh, it does look like possible defenders joining Carthage would be Egypt. Well, maybe in that case I should just declare war on Carthage. Nah. I still like this plan. I like the idea of me needing my navy to hold. I also have a claim on the Alps Maritimi. But you know what I'm going to do? Just because I can, I'm going to fabricate a claim on Carthage itself. I know that in this entire campaign, I have not taken territory outside of the island of Sicily, and I don't necessarily know if I will be able to be successful in this goal, but I would love the opportunity to actually nab Carthage itself and make that be the one and only time we expand outside of the nation of Sicily. As the game expires, hit the peace deal to grab Carthage. Is it going to happen? Probably not. I don't want to get anyone's hopes up. I don't, especially not mine, of course. But we'll see what happens. Again, I'm looking to declare war on Carthage in year 715. So we have about 10 years left. 10 years left in the game. I am trying to get done with this series in time for, well, really to start the next series. The Livy update, it's coming out December 3rd, which is right around the corner. I'm recording this video on November 26th. I'm pre-recording a bunch before I leave town for Thanksgiving. And by the way, I'm sure that this video is coming out after Thanksgiving, so I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving out there. A warrior's honor. I think I'm going to let the soldiers have their due. How is my man in charge? You're still loyal. I do have a disloyal... Alright, so the brother of the Archigrammaterus is still loyal. That's alright. Or is disloyal. That's okay. Let's go ahead and entice some business investments. Get some more trade routes going. I guess I can actually go ahead and grab a trade route here. Local citizen happiness is actually pretty good. I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm excited about two things. Ooh. Carthage, what you doing, man? Carthage is at war. Oh, with their... Who is that? Looks like Carthage doesn't want these little city-states on their border anymore, and they have declared war on them. That's going to be an easy victory for them. For the Carthaginians, I mean. Yeah, I'm excited to fight Carthage. I'm excited to wrap up this campaign. And I'm also very excited about the Livy update. So I'm just excited about a lot of things in general right now. I hope everyone else is also excited about the Livy update. I hope it's very good. I think it will be. But, you know, a lot of people thought the game would be really good on release, and a lot of people were disappointed. Although, I shouldn't have said that, because honestly, Paradox has done a really great job, I think, making this game into what it is now. I'm having a ton of fun with it. I hope you are as well. Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I started making videos. I was noticing that there wasn't a ton of love for this game on YouTube right now, and I just thought there should be, because I really do think it's a good game. I really enjoyed it, and I wanted to bring some content to everyone. We'll offer the veterans their due, after all. Keep the soldiers happy. Our economy is looking fairly good, but our navy is looking super strong at the moment. Let's go ahead and maybe build some more octiers. No, let's build some hexiers. That's right, Carthage. You don't even know what to do to keep up with me right now. We're We're going to get another military advancement. That's one of the benefits of only having these two armies, and they're drilling all the time. Let's go ahead and get the Mastery of Mountains, maybe? We get better combat bonuses on hills for pretty much all of our troops. Or would it be better to do light cavalry defense? Nah, let's do Mastery of Mountains. We can own the hills. You know, I'll go ahead and just keep bringing in that wood. Keep chopping wood, y'all. Keep chopping wood. I did the wood. I imported the wood there because every little bit helps, and every additional wood that I bring into the capital means that I get a local tax of 9%. Membership in the Cult of Fortune. I don't know which one of these I'll go with. Basically, he's been offered a position among the followers of Tichy in return for a larger degree of religious independence among our people. There has been a massive growing support for the Cult of Fortune since it was introduced to Sicily, and it would certainly be seen as a popular move to take part in the rites and ceremonies. I could say the fortune will be ours. We'll get character prominence up by 0.5. Monthly. We'll lose some stability, though. I'm going to say we have no interest in these cultists. I'm not playing around with the cultists anymore. I am singularly focused on one mission. I believe everyone knows what that is at this point. Building up the largest fleet the world has seen, and declaring war on Carthage in the next couple years. I'm still suffering from that weird... I think it's a bug, honestly. If someone else knows what's going on, let me know. But basically, you can see that I'm supposed to be getting 1,300-ish manpower back per month. But then, let's watch. 1,300 would mean I would go to, what, 5,100? But no, I'm instead just getting, like, 200 manpower per month. So, like, here, I'm right at 50,000. I should go up to 51,300 in the next... tick, but no, I only go up to 50,132. So I'm getting like 40 manpower a month. I don't know why I'm not replenishing at a decent rate. Anyway, our claim has been fabricated on Carthage. I'm not super worried about the manpower issue because I've been mostly working with mercenaries. Although that might be more of a problem here in this fight because, well, I don't have quite... If I'm going to build up this huge treasury, or if I'm going to build up this huge fleet, I may not have this huge treasury to hire just a bunch of mercenaries. That is definitely something I have to think about. It's no more time for friends. It's time for gaining popularity, getting ready for this war. He actually might be the man to carry us through the rest of the game. He's still very healthy. He's also very old. So the game's only going to last about 20 more years. So I doubt he makes it to age 90. But we are certainly moving on through the years. I'll move the nephew of the general. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, at this point we're playing the waiting game. We are just working on building up a larger treasury. Nope, we have no need for this. The game doesn't last that much longer. We have about 20 years left in this game. I'm worried about one thing and one thing only. Building up a large enough both manpower reserve, which for some reason that's not really increasing at the normal route. I don't know. It's not really increasing. Yeah, I mean, I'm just getting like 100 manpower per month when I should be getting upwards of over 1,300. Again, if I'm missing something obvious, like, let me know. Hit me up in the comments. But yeah. More importantly, though, I am working on building up my navy. My navy is really what I'm interested in. I'm going to let my feudatory army do most of the hard work, whereas I might hire some mercs to fight, but for the most part, our next war is going to be fought with our feudatories and our boats. Speaking of, I'm actually just gonna keep on keeping on adding to the number of boats I have. How sad. Our ruler's gained dementia. He's no longer making sense. I'm gonna build 10 more Hexiers. Yeah, and they still only have about 364 ships. So they definitely have the money to build more. But they just aren't investing in it the same way we are. I could also look at maybe changing these things up a little bit. I definitely want that loyalty of subject states. I could maybe change national citizen output because I'm no longer worried about... Of course, the citizens definitely help me bring in some commerce income, but they don't I'm not necessarily super interested in the technology output of the citizens. So I could just get the national commerce income up by 20%. You know what? I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is. These ships continue to build. Meanwhile, our manpower slowly, and I mean super slowly, ticks up. Not really interested in a bunch of these inventions. Not really interested in much at the moment, except for my one singular focus on revenge. Revenge against the Carthaginians. Now, truly, we've only fought a couple... I mean, it's not like they've taken a bunch of land from me or anything. We've only fought a couple wars, but we have won every war. With a couple notable exceptions, we have won every single war we've fought in. And the times when we did not outright win a war, well, let's just say that it was on our terms when the wars ended. In our most recent war with... Oh, that's not my tributary. In our most recent war with Carthage, we were going to lose. We were. I was going to fight it out to the bitter end. I wasn't going to quit until they had taken Sicily itself. I was going to make them absolutely bleed their armies dry. But we were going to lose. It was going to happen. They were beating us back in the north. Emporion had practically completely fallen. Massalia was falling. And we were able to hire some mercenaries, and we were able to hold at this little river. And they tried to attack over us, and then we noticed that they were calling for peace, and I didn't want to... But we were probably going to lose that battle. And if they had pushed on, they would probably retaken, because we didn't have the mercenaries that they had. We didn't have the manpower in Gaul that they had. And they probably were going to push us and take the rest of Massalia and kick us out of Gaul completely. In which... we had lost on the seas, which meant we did not have control of the oceans. If they had wanted to, they could have landed in Corsica and Sardinia. And honestly, with them plus Egypt, if they had wanted to, they probably could have eventually. And again, it was going to be a bloodbath, but they had taken a large territory in Greece from us. And yeah, they were just like slowly constricting in on the Sicilian League. We keep getting these tech upgrades, but no more inventions anymore. And yeah, they had just kind of kept pushing and pushing and narrowing in on the Sicilian League, and we were going to be unable to stop them. I'm thinking we don't want our admiral being less loyal, so I'm going to say what of it. Speaking of, we want to make sure that our admiral is on top of things. He does seem to be the best man we have on the job. Are there any laws that we might be interested in getting? I'm looking specifically down here, but both of these hurt general loyalty, and we would like general loyalty to be nice and high. I could go with... Every time I get a little... Oh, I'll trade away the glass. Yeah, why not? Every time... I could do this one. Pop assimilation speed, governor loyalty down. I don't have any governors. I mean, the governor is me. So, I'll go ahead and grab that. That's going to hurt our stability, but we're pretty well off. We have a very high legitimacy. Our stability is going to tick up at 0.25 per month. That's great. Let's go ahead and get another import route. We have plenty of food, even though we're losing 0.05 per month. That's not going to tick down anytime soon. We have about 4 years until we are interested in declaring war on Carthage. About 4 years. The last 10 years of the game, I anticipate being a little bit more difficult because we are going to be attacking Carthage. Again, haven't necessarily decided, we have a claim on Carthage itself, although I don't necessarily want to try to press that claim. I think the claim I want to press, I might just have the claim be for Alps Maritimi, and see if I can also take some of their... Yeah, I think it's probably I'm gonna press the claim for this province right here, because I mean I'll have all of these guys coming in to help. Hopefully they will just pour across the border, take all of Carthaginian Gaul, and then leave me up to protecting the sea lanes. I'm going to go ahead and build one more limb boss just so we have an even 250. I'm okay losing a couple of legitimacy. Still doing well on money, but I think I'm about done with my fleet rebuild. We outnumber them by, well, quite a few ships at this point. It'd be nice if we could get one more military tradition in before a war. I don't necessarily know. We're getting it. Okay, look at that. Military experience changed by 0.83 per month. That is amazing. It's amazing what you can do with just a couple armies who are drilling all the time. Sounds like my neighbor's dogs have decided they want to join in. I don't know if you can hear them, but they are very loud. My neighbor has two absolutely gorgeous big old hound dogs. They just get really excited whenever they see someone and like to bark and howl. I will admit they can be very loud, but I won't ever necessarily call them annoying because they are the sweetest, cutest dogs. Let's go ahead and maybe get some marble from Pisa. Hopefully, we'll be able to have our fugitaries blitz across Carthaginian Gaul, especially because Carthage actually looks to be at war with someone right now. Alright, so we know that they have their armies in northern Gaul. Okay, so let's see how this war goes for them. I don't necessarily want to attack them when they're at war. And here's my reason. I want them to be as much of a challenge as possible. I have built this entire game to build up a league of nations, the Sicilian League, into a powerhouse that could potentially take on Carthage itself. With that said, I want to take on Carthage, me, mano y mano, me versus them. Of course, they may end up calling in their Egyptian allies, which also have a absolutely massive fleet, and just take a look at all the cohorts that they have. Ooh, a religious proceeding, a struggle between the religious echelons of our society and the peasants has recently come into light as the populace at large feel like the religious ceremonies are inaccessible and distant. On the other hand, our high priest and his attendants demand the distance needed to do their jobs properly. The argument the peasants have no rights to the inner workings. Well, a religious proceeding through the territory will appease both sides. Let's do that. Gain some stability, gain some loyalty, although we'd already pretty much maxed out that man on loyalty. Again, at this point, we pretty much have all of the ships we need. We do have some disloyal characters. Not worried about them. Their entire power base is 6.23%. That's not anything to worry about. Oh, and Egypt would be the war leader? Oh my gosh. If I were to declare war on Carthage right now. Ooh, the Publii family have spent their wealth on raising an army of disloyal troops in Messana. Well, you have 12,000 troops? Okay, sir. Okay. You do you, man. That's just 12,000 more troops for, us to take on the Carthaginians with. Hopefully they're just disloyal to me and not be disloyal to our entire nation. If the Carthaginians do, by some miracle, get past our huge fleet and land on Sicily itself, hopefully those 12,000 men will jump into action. So, sir, you're doing me a favor. We need a new researcher. Not really worried about researching at the moment. Oh! Looks like we're going to have a succession crisis, so we will probably have to deal with this before our war with Carthage. Our stability is going to drop. We have a new king. He's decent, I guess. Someone who's loyal. Someone who's loyal. You are loyal. Let's make you a researcher. And... oh no! Oh no. Alright, can I stab the pig? Stab the pig. I need to build up my stability, and I need to do it quick. Because, well, I have some conquering to do, and I can't conquer if I can't declare war. So I need to get up to 30 stability as fast as I can so that I can actually declare some wars. Uh-oh. In the meantime, we're going to have a couple disloyal armies marching around. I'm going to put myself in charge of the main army. Troublesome, could lose. Alright, so, the flight of the pretender. Once a favored sibling of our recently ascended ruler has perhaps wisely chosen to flee. It appears that she kneels at this very moment before the vaunted Senate of Rhegium. In the hope of being granted asylum, we can only hope that they refuse this foolish quest. Alright, I'm going to have to declare her an enemy of the state, because I cannot afford to lose that legitimacy. In the meantime, I'm going to come to Rhegium. I'll go ahead and just get the gold. The gold's more use to me at the moment. I'm going to come to Rhegium. You still love me. Yeah, if I improved opinion, they wouldn't actually... They already like me too much. Uncle of a researcher, you can go away. So we're not going to be able to declare war on Carthage when we originally wanted to, but it's still going to happen. I'm not worried about that. Just gives me more time to build up my fleet, although we actually don't have enough gold to do that. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Olympics have concluded. Oh well, better luck next time. I don't think I've ever seen that go a different way. I could hold some games. That would increase my popularity. How popular am I? I'm ish popularity. I could press this button, gain some tyranny. I think it's fine to hit that button at this point. In fact, I might hit it a couple times. Yeah, so now my legitimacy just isn't dropping as bad as it was. I really need to get up to positive stability to help my legitimacy not tank. Gonna arrange marriage with my primary heir just in case you are needed and indeed called upon. We're almost there. We're actually not going to miss our deadline by too much. And in fact, I might just push it back, make our deadline like 7/17 instead of 7/15. So in 2 or 3 more years, we are going to look to go to war with Carthage. Specifically, I think I'm going to declare war on Gymnasia. Try to go and conquer, use my superb navy to go and conquer Gymnasia, keep my fleet alive, hopefully destroy their fleet, keep them from sending another army to Gymnasia and retaking it. Oh no, what's happening here? Is the League falling apart? What's happening? Oh, it seems that there has been a Latium revolt. Well, I'm sure the Aetolians will deal with that in short order. Yeah, it looks like some of the Latin pops are not super excited about their Greek overlords. It's alright. We're going to deal with that very quickly and easily. That land will once again be owned by the Aetolians. They've actually completely devoured one city, or one territory of Pops. So you can tell that this is a tough war they're fighting. But once Rome falls, it looks like this is the kind of a new vestige of the Roman Empire attempted to rise today, but they will, of course, be vanquished by the loyal feudataries of the Sicilian League. Alright, it is 7:15. We originally wanted to go to declare war around now. We certainly could. I'm going to let the Aetolians finish this up. Although, let's see. Would all of my little feudataries join? No, so the Aetolians wouldn't, and it's probably because they're in another war. Well, they're also currently a disloyal subject. Well, we definitely want the Aetolians to join. They are very strong. So I'm going to give them a little bit of time to rethink their action. I'm going to improve my opinion with them. I might also send them a gift as well. I'm going to wait another year or two. They just had this rebellion. I understand. I'd probably be in the same boat. The Carthaginians are also still at war. They are slowly marching northward into Gaul, and that is very frightening. Still wouldn't join. It's because they're disloyal. The Carthaginians become the war leaders. Maybe there's a chance that the Egyptians don't join that fight, but I doubt it. I bet the Egyptians join, and then I bet the Egyptians become the war leaders, which would be just truly terrible, because it would be difficult to beat the Egyptians, you know? Yeah, I think I'm going to take it right up until 7:17, not 7:15, to declare my war. And then I'll probably actually call the episode quits for the day at around 7:17 and just try to make the final episode of the Sicily is Very Tall campaign all just one large war with Carthage. You should definitely check it out. Hey, hit that subscribe button so that you see all the videos that I make. But especially check out the next one, because it should be a very exciting finish to our campaign. What's happening here? It seems like all my feudatories are marching around various places. I'm just going to send you a gift. I like you. I want you to like me as well. It still, however, won't make them loyal. They still don't want to fight, because they are a disloyal subject. But why are you disloyal? What's causing it? That's a shame. They were one of my stronger allies. They have 71 cohorts with them. It would definitely be great if they joined in a fight with Carthage, that's for sure. We'll give them a couple more months to come to their senses, but we can't just wait forever. We just don't have that kind of time. There's only going to be one more episode in this series, most likely. I could gain 10 stability, but lose 600 gold. I think I'm actually going to do that. Having high stability is useful. Means that my legitimacy is going to go up. Let's check one more time and see how many ships they have. So 364. We can do that. We can take down 364 ships with our fleet of 440. I doubt the Egyptians send any fleets over here to the Western Mediterranean. That's just getting a little too far for them and their fleet range. We will have to watch out for Crete. Ooh, a child is born. And, of course, Egypt as well. They seem to like to put people on Egypt. But hopefully our main fleet will be able to do some damage. I'll keep you in the probing attack. I think that's the best way to do that. Means you're going to be really good against the naval envelopment, but bad against harassment. Oh well. You're still a decent commander with that 9 marshal. It is December of 716. On January 1st of 717, I and the entire Sicilian League will be looking to go to war with Carthage. There it is, January 1st, 717. Let's go ahead and declare the war. I'm going to do it by declaring on their feudatory. Unfortunately, the Aetolians are not going to join, but all of our other allies will, including these Imperators. Carthage is going to become the war leader. They have thankfully honored the military alliance. And we are currently at war with Carthage. And Egypt has not joined yet, although Egypt may join very soon. That is unfortunately where I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for the day. I hope you're as excited as I am about our next episode of the Very Tall Sicily campaign. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you definitely get a chance to see it. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this episode. I know that in this episode it was more just about building up and getting ready for the war, although we are at this point ready to go. I know I kind of put on pause all my missions to grow tall and make this like super wealthy city in this episode. No, that is because I am centrally focused on one thing and one thing only, and that is revenge on Carthage. I am looking to, for the first time in the entire series, maybe take a little bit of land outside of Sicily, because I think it would be great to grab Carthago. We'll see. I don't necessarily know if that is going to be possible. We're going to try to give a bunch of land to our feudatories up north in Gaul. We're going to try to take these islands and make them our own feudatory or our own tributary. But, of course, I have a feeling that the Carthaginians have a little bit to say about that. Make sure you tune in on the next one. Don't forget, like and subscribe, and I will see you for the conclusion of the series in the next episode.